In this video, I will show you how to do the cinematic color grading in Adobe Photoshop, and we can make this image into something like this. Coming up. Hi everyone, I am HarshVardhan. Welcome to HarshVardhanArt.com. In this special video, I will show you the cinematic color grading technique in Adobe Photoshop. And if you want to download this stock image, you can download it from the link in the description section below. And before we go any further, smash that like button. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. So having said that, let's get started. So first of all, let's come to the adjustment layer and open this channel mixer. Click on the channel mixer, and on its property, just select the green channel, and you can see over here we have to change the value of green to 0 and value of blue to 100. Alright, and when we will do this, we'll get this kind of a result. And now we'll go back and change the blue channel, and in this blue channel we'll change the green color value to 100 from 0 and blue value to 0. All right, and that way we'll be getting this kind of a result. And let's go for the red one, and let's change the green's hue to something like this, and blue a little bit. So -17 for green and -39 for blue. So it works differently for different images, but for this one it works like this. And now we'll change this layer blend mode to, let's see, screen, or let's see, go for lighten or soft light or overlay, or let's see, darken. All right, darken is looking much amazing, so we'll go for the darken. And then we'll select the layer mask and choose the brush, softest brush with 100% or let's say 50% opacity. Press 5 on your keyboard to turn this into 50% opacity, and choose the foreground color as black and paint over the model's face so that she doesn't become that dark and we get that red tone in her skin. So something like this, right? You can see the difference. And now we'll select the adjustment layer, and this time we'll select the selective color adjustment layer. So click on this, and now we have different color channels. So we'll first work on the red channel, and these are the sliders. We'll adjust the value of all of these either left or to the right, and we'll get the desired result. So let's add little bit more cyan to the minus side, magenta to the plus side or the right side, and yellow and black. I think something like this is just fine. And now change the channel to cyan, and let's add more cyan, and change the magenta, increase the magenta to something like this. And the yellow, let's bring it down to the left side, and black, let's make it little darker to something like this. And then change the channel to blue and increase the cyan and magenta. Let's see if it is working. It's not working, so leave it as it is. And now we'll change the channel to neutral, and in the neutral let's adjust the cyan and magenta. We'll increase the magenta to +8 and the yellow to plus 15, something like that, and the black, so we'll make it either black or something like this, less black. Alright, so let's leave it like this. And now if you turn this on and off, you can see the difference. We have added a little bit blue color, and that is a cinematic color. And now let's go to the adjustment layer, and this time we'll select this curves adjustment, and we will create an S curve. So for that purpose, we'll click and drag it up on the highlight side, and then we'll create one point over here and drag it down to something like this. So this is an slightest S curve, and then we'll pick this little point on the shadow. So this area affects the shadow, this is mid-tone, and this is the highlight. So now we'll click and drag this up, and that way we'll get some dynamic range or faded look in the shadows. So we'll not go for much higher value, we'll go for something slightest, and if need we can adjust this point as well. So you can see the difference by turning this on and off. Alright, and let's go to the adjustment layer once again, and this time we'll go for the hue and saturation, which is over here. So we'll click on this, and here we have the different channels: red, yellow, green, blue, and cyan. So let's go for the cyan, and we'll adjust its hue from here. So click and let's drag it towards the right side to add more blue color into the image. And if you want, you can adjust its saturation. If you want it to more saturated, you can do that as well. You can adjust its lightness with the lightness slider. So I'll go for something like this and change the channel to blue and change its hue. And adjust the saturation and the lightness accordingly. So this has to be slight, and let's see the difference by turning this on and off. So you can see we have added a little bit more blue color to the image. And now we'll go to the adjustment layer once again, and let's click on the black and white adjustment layer, which is over here. So click on this, and that would turn our image into black and white, but we need to change this layer blend mode to soft light, and the moment we'll do this, we'll get this kind of a result. And now we have all of these channels, so we can adjust all of these to get the desired result. So let's adjust the red, yellow, green. So we can either make them lighter or darker, and then we'll lower down its opacity a little bit less, so you can see the difference by turning this on and off. And now we'll place one light over here so that it adds a little bit more spark to the image. So for that purpose, we'll come down over here and click on this page like icon to create a new blank layer, and then we'll choose the softest brush with 100% opacity. Press 0 on your keyboard to turn the opacity into 100%, and then from the swatches panel, or you can just double click on the foreground color and select this orange color. Press OK and create one stroke. Press twice or thrice to make this stroke very hard and saturated, and change its layer blend mode to linear dose, or let's go for linear light, or color dose, or screen. Alright, screen is looking good, so press Ctrl T, Command T, and now while holding Shift and Alt, or Shift or Option if you are using Mac, and hover your mouse on one of the corner and drag it outside. So that's going to create a large circle of light, and adjust its position according to your liking to something like this. And let's have it something like over here and press enter. So now we have added a little bit of light source, and now we have got the contrasting colors. This is the warm color and this is the cooler color, so that makes the cinematic tone. And if you want, you can lower down its opacity as well if you don't want that much of light. And now we'll create one more layer above it, blank layer, and then this time we'll choose the yellow color. So we'll choose this yellow color, something like this, and again we'll stroke once or twice and change this layer blend mode to, let's say, screen, and press Ctrl T, Command T, and while holding Shift and Alt and hovering our mouse on one of the corner, we can drag it outside. So what it would basically do, and it would add a little bit of warmness, and that would make the light a little bit more realistic. And if you want, you can lower down its opacity as well, so something like this. Now this one is looking much better. So let me select both of these by pressing Shift and clicking on those two layers and pressing Ctrl G or Command G, and that way we can group the layers, and you can see the difference by turning this on and off. And if you want, you can even lower down it little bit further, but I think this one is already looking good. Alright, and now we'll select all of these layers by pressing Shift and selecting the bottom layer and pressing Ctrl G, Command G to have all our editing in one place. So now you can see this is the before and this is after. Let me show you full screen. This is the before and this is after we have done the cinematic color grading in Adobe Photoshop. And if you want to download this stock image, download link is in the description section below. So thank you so much. Bye bye. See you in the next episode. Till then, keep shooting and unleash the creative in you. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing and hit the like button.